Morning, my people. Top of the top. It is Saturday, August 23rd, and I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ because with Him, all things is possible. Happy Saturday to everybody. I know it's early in the morning, but even though it's Saturday, for all the people who are traveling on this Saturday, because I know we all still have to travel, a lot of us still have to work. Um, Please get to where you're going safe. Um, be aware of your surroundings. Um, and just get the way you're going safe, everybody. You know what I mean? It's even though it's Saturday, it's crazy. Especially in my city, the trains. Get there. Just get there safe. That's the key word. Get there safe. Hope everybody's feeling blessed and appreciated and thankful for seeing another day, and knowing with Him all things is possible. Uh, Man, it's Saturday, y'all. Sound like I'm still a little out of it, but I'm kind of getting up. It's Saturday, I sound a little different for what I would sound on a Monday or Tuesday, but we're gonna get this going because today is a day where I'm gonna be moving around a lot. I'm sorry, and I was supposed to say too, I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, because with Him all things is possible. I don't know if I said that, but make sure I don't forget to throw that in there. Um, Usually the morning chop ups are not done on a Saturday. Um, because I did my boxing talk Thursdays and Fridays, which usually Fridays are supposed to go back um, to doing the morning chop up, and I just said, you know what, it's all good. I'll do it now. But top of the top to everybody, man. We're gonna talk today for a little bit. No boxing. I don't want to hear nothing about it, especially that November 14th, 15th, whatever date it is. I already told y'all I'm not having no talks about that. So please don't bring it to my attention because you will be ignored. And I know somebody's going to do it because y'all can't help yourselves. I want to talk about, I always mention this, and a lot of people are not going to want to hear it, but I'm going to mention it anyway. How we always talk about, supporting people, and, you have people back and they'll have your back, and everything should be fine from there, right? And then you find out that's not the case. That you're going to be in moments where you're doing more of the supporting people than they are doing you. And then you turn around and you ask yourself a question: is it me, or am I doing a little more for people, or being there for a little? Am I being there more for people than what they're being for me? That becomes a question of a day. And even with this YouTube and everything we do, we go, it doesn't cost to support. And it depends on what you're talking about. Um, I tend to sit back and monitor the behavior of some people. And when I sit back and I monitor the behavior of some people, I go ask myself, um, is this person is this person who they've been saying they are, or has this person been who they are and you just didn't see it? Um, and it's all right, it tends to happen. You don't know people like the way you think you do. Um, and it's nothing to get emotional about, but when you sit and you think about it and you go, damn, how can I can't get the same support that I put out to people? Why is that an issue that I can't get that back? Um, and maybe I think sometimes we go too hard on thinking about it, steady just focusing on the ones who do support us. Um, but you also start looking at other people and you go, yeah, man, you or somebody I thought that was down with me. Good morning to everybody. Smash that like button coming in. Sorry if you can't see my face in the morning. I don't feel like being seen. It's early on Saturday. If you're new to this channel, you want to know what I look like, you can go scroll through the channel, scroll through my Instagram, you'll see. But so when you start looking at it and it start making you feel some kind of way, where you start to ask yourself, what is it that I'm doing wrong? Or I mean, we all have those moments where we ask ourselves that. And I don't think that we're doing anything wrong. I just think that, people pick and choose who it is or what it is that they want to support. Um, and that's just something that's part of life. It's nothing that so much we can do about it, but change up our circle or not support the people who's not supporting us. We can't go yelling at people. We can't go screaming at them. We can't, only thing you can do is say to yourself, I either gotta change up who I support that don't support me, or just worry about the people who do that. Life sometimes is already annoying because you have a shitload of things that you're already dealing with in life. So when you look for the one place where it's comfort, where you think you're going to get some type of support, and you don't get it, you tend to get it tends to make you feel some kind of way because you're already in your feelings about how life is going for you already. And you're not looking for anybody to always hit your Cash App or somebody to always hit your PayPal or your Zelle. It's not even all about that all the time. It's just for people to be there when they say they're going to be there. And that's not just on this YouTube, that's just in life, period, where you get disappointed where you feel like you're doing more of the supporting than somebody is supporting you. And I think a lot of us tend to lose our cool and we want to start cursing people out. But cursing somebody out is not the answer, ladies and gentlemen. Um, Now, not dealing with them is one thing. Not dealing with them is one thing. Um, you going on social media and crashing out about it is not the answer. You're not going to get anywhere um, doing that. So when I sit and I think about it sometimes and I go, and I was sitting up talking to one of my friends about it late last night. He called me. Just know if y'all ever call me after 11 o'clock, half of the time I'm either asleep already or I'm just sitting down watching a good movie or a good fight. So I might sound a little off. And I explained to him about how, it doesn't cost to support, but it depends also what you're talking about. You have some people who do, they're doing fundraisers for something that's involving kids, charity events. It might be a block party. It might be an annual barbecue like I do. And it's funny because when it comes to that, you guys start speaking a different language as if you don't understand what somebody's saying. And not to say that um, people can tell you what to do with your money because people can't. They're not allowed to do that. But it's kind of a tricky feeling because it's like It's not. It doesn't really cost anything when you're just telling somebody, "Hey, come over and do this. Come over and do that." Um, Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Stuff like that. Um, People tend to. I don't want to be selfish, but they just be. I don't know. I don't know how to explain what it is that people are, but there's gonna be some things that y'all gonna have to understand. And even goes for me that support is going to probably come from people that you're not expecting it to come from. Support is going to come from people that you probably wouldn't even think that would come through that actually comes through. Um, it's a lot. And then you have those moments where you get disappointed and you go, fuck, man, I thought we were cool. What happened? And that's something that comes in life. And, and I say it all the time, being a content creator, it's already hard. It's already a hard job, rather if you're getting paid or not. Um, Sometimes what makes it a little easier is the support. And I speak about this all the time. If you're new to my channel, you might not know. Smash that like button. But if you are a regular and you know me, I just said it. I said it a million times that a lot of times it's your conversations that keep people away. Because of course, if you don't somebody doesn't like something on your channel or what you're being said, so that's not for them, and they don't they don't approve of it, and that's cool. But when we speak about you doing for people and people not doing back, um, that could be a serious problem. Now, can you change that? Um, I guess you can. I guess you can change it by not supporting the people that is not supporting you. Now, two wrongs don't make a right, but at some point you would have to take a stand to what's going on. Jeff Spark, I see you, my guy. Good morning. At some point you would have to take a stand and go, you know what? I'm gonna start just checking in and clocking in to my people who check in and clock in with me, and not try to be buddy buddy with everybody that you thought was your peoples. Because the number one thing that can frustrate us in this world, besides what we go through personally, is support. It kind of start making you question what it is that you're doing. Am I doing things the right way? Am I doing things the wrong way? Were these people ever cool with me? Or was this all just make believe? These are the questions that you find yourself asking, because there's a lot of shaking and faking out here with a lot of people. And it's easy for somebody to smile in your face, and when they're not around you, yeah, she's all right, he's all right. They podcast is all right, it's what I mean? And it's kind of a pain in the ass, but what can you do? You can't please everybody. It's just no way it's no way in the world you're gonna be able to do all that. And I guess you just gotta focus on the people who are supporting you, and they've always been there for you, and they'll continue to be there for you. And hopefully you'll do the same by continuing to be with them. And then the people that you gave them two or three chances, and then you go, All right, something's wrong with this picture. This is your second or third chance, and you managed to fuck it up. How did you manage to do that? There's no answer. There's no rebuttal for it. There's only excuses. Word of the day is excuses. That's what they come with, excuses. Everybody got an excuse. When support, I guess, depends on what you're talking about. Whatever it is, support is free. You know, I think social media has made a lot of people more greedy, and more selfish than what they were already. And then you had some people who walked in and they just let social media take over their mind, where I'm just up here trying to get a bag, which I have nothing against that. But we all have done stuff for families and friends. And then when it's our turn, we go, where's the support for us? And I know anybody out here, smash the like button if you can relate, that we have went out of our way to support a lot of people. And the people you do, we're not talking about the people you do support that give it back, but even the ones who don't give it back, you start looking at them like, hey, bro, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and you still haven't. Because when you're doing that for them and you're not getting nothing back, um, you're the one who looks crazy. They don't look crazy, you look crazy. So now you have to ask yourself, how many more times am I going to keep going out of my way to look crazy? How many times am I going to keep making this person look good at what they do? And then when it's time for me, I look crazy because it's that same person is not there. This is, this is some of the things that come with it. And it's nasty. It's nasty, and it's not something to over worry yourself about. But I know for some people, they number one downfall is worrying about the support. But like I said, people will come at you with the excuses of why they couldn't do something. Word of the day, that's the excuses. It's nasty, but it is what it is. So what do you say? What do you do? When it comes to that, how do you find a way to get around that? Because at some point, you know what, you have to say to yourself, I'm going to fall back from these people. And mind you, that's including family. I'm gonna fall back from these people a little bit. Now, some people have it in their heart where they can go, I'm not going to do that to them. I'm going to be a bigger person, and I'm going to do this because I wasn't taught that. Well, I wasn't taught to do a lot of things, but some things I just learned on my own. And I'm the type of person where if you can't show that same love in return, I'm not giving it back to you. I'm not the guy who say, hey, two wrongs don't make a right. So two wrongs don't make a right. So I'm gonna be here to support you. Now I'm not that dude. I'm not that dude, and I will never be that dude. Sorry, I just will never be that dude. That's not that's not even happening. Because 9 times out of 10, it may not still get you anywhere. So I don't even I don't even bother with it. Now you're probably sitting up here thinking, what happened, McLean? Somebody hurt your feelings, somebody hurt your little feelings. No, this is just some of the things that we think about, and not only we think about, we go through. Because there's a lot of things that, we come on social media speaking about that we either have no clue what we talking about or we never been through it. So we speaking, sometimes we come up here speaking about what somebody else went through, and that's cool, but sometimes we don't have all the facts. And if you ain't been through something, it's kind of hard for you to speak about it because you got to have all the facts in what you're speaking about. So anybody that could relate to what I'm saying over here know what it is, because it becomes a lot. It's not nothing to it's not nothing to get emotional over. It's just you have to change up some things that you do in life that protects your comfortability, that protects your space, so you won't be in your feelings. Us as people have to learn to do things different because sometimes when you try to stick with the same routine, because what comes with the same routine sometimes is the same people. And some of the same people who you might be speaking about, it's no need to keep them around if they don't serve a purpose. If they don't serve a purpose. I I told you the word for the day was excuses, but let me take that back. The word of the day is not excuses. Purpose. Purpose is the word for the day. Let's take excuses out. Purpose is the word of the day. People don't serve a purpose. And I don't think I ever did purpose as the word of the day. It's hard for me to go back because a lot of my word of my days I did on Instagram. I doubt it, but people don't serve a purpose. No matter how long you know them or how cool you think you are with them, you have to get them from around you. You got to get them from around you because it'll it'll make you feel better sometime when you keep people like that in your life that don't serve a purpose. I could have sworn I did purpose before. I don't know why it feels like I've done this before, but it's okay though. We just talking. Smash that like button, y'all too. So and I know a lot of y'all didn't grow up like that. Where I was always taught to I was always taught to support this person. I was always taught to do this. I was always taught to do that. I understand and I get it. Believe me, I get it, y'all. But at some point, when do we cut that umbilical cord and go our separate ways with the person? When do we say, you know what, it's been real, but this right here, you're not being the person I thought you were. And it happens. It's nothing that we're whining about. It's nothing that we're crying about. but support goes a long way. Because once you get that support, right, what it does is it makes you feel better about being around the person, versus, you have to watch them because you don't know what they're going to do. You don't know what they're going to say, or you don't know if they'll be there for you when you need them. See, that's always been my concern. Will you be there when I need you? Or will you come around when you feel like it? That's something scary, but something true. It's something necessary. Will you be there? And like I said, it's nothing that you dwell on, but there's some people in your life you have to look at and you go, why are you here? See, because this is what I want y'all to understand. It sounds like I'm going in circles with it, but what I want y'all to clearly understand is there's gonna come a point in your life where when you reach a certain status and people are gonna jump up and try to come around and act like they always was there for you. They're gonna put on this whole act like they were always there for you. They do it. And it's crazy that they do that. And I go to myself, I go, you wasn't here all this time. Why you here now? Come on, man. No, 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 no. It's always that, it's always that, come on, man. We better than that. Man, I don't want to hear that shit. Y'all got to start thinking for the ones who's not giving them people the support like they're getting. You better start taking the time and sit and think about some of the decisions that y'all make before making them. Think about the decisions that y'all make before making them, because you don't know how it makes that other person feel down the line. And if you don't care about how it makes that person feel, then that says a lot about you. It says a lot about you. I mean, granted, we all are in our own world. We all got our own thing going on. But if somebody could take the time to support you and you don't give that back, that's a major problem. That is a major problem. And you have to think about how it affects the other person. And it affects the person in so many ways where it's no coming back. And granted, like I said, we have a lot of things going on in this world where there's certain things we don't have time for. But there's no way in God's name that you could possibly not make time for somebody who makes time for you. As much as I love doing my podcast and as much as I love running around to the boxing gyms, support, I gotta make time for my wife, and I gotta support her on certain things she's doing. She supports me. See, it's not just about friendships, even in a marriage or a relationship. You can't expect somebody to always be there for you and you don't have to do the same in return. There's no such thing. It might be your phone, BC. What it do? It might be your phone. My volume's all the way up. Can you hear me? Nah, it ain't my phone. My volume's up. My volume's up. My volume's all the way up. It's probably because the way I'm talking. Because I'm not talking loud, but my volume's up. Hey, Jeff Spark, you can hear me? Put an NDZ in if you can hear me. Put an NDZ in if you can hear me. So it's difficult. Okay, okay. So Jeff Spark, BC, I'm gonna tell you something honestly. I love both of you brothers. You guys are not my friends. Y'all past that. You guys are my brothers, and I love y'all to death. And I really mean that. I've watched you guys go out of your way 2 years in a row to come and support, not just kick it with me, but support me, which is super amazing. And I was just telling everybody on here that sometimes you find yourself supporting people more than they'll be supporting you, and it's and we had these conversations for like the last year or two that it's just crazy. And sometimes those people you have to turn your back on them, especially when you gave them more than one opportunity. Sometimes you have to turn your back on people like that. And granted, a lot of y'all were raised different. D free, what's up? A lot of y'all were raised different where, well, don't do that. Two wrongs don't make a right. Yeah, I know they didn't show up at your birthday party. They didn't show up here. They didn't show up there. But you don't be on the same level as them. You go support them even if they didn't support you. I'm not on that level, and I'm never will be on that level. You don't support me, then I'm just not supporting you, and that's just how that goes. Call me petty, call me childish, call me what you want. That's cool. But I'm just not that dude. I'm just not. And anybody that doesn't see anything wrong with that, or see something wrong with that, then I'm looking at you like, where's your mental? Because I'm just the type of person where I just can't do it. So when I look at the people who do support me, two wrongs don't make it right, but three rights make a left. Yeah, it does. It does, BC. So when I look at that and I go, it's just crazy. It's crazy because for some people who mental is not that strong, I have a strong mental, but for people who mental is not that strong, they sit back and they start thinking. And when you play with people's feelings, and I'm not speaking about me, but in general, when you play with people's feelings, right? Even in relationships, marriage, whatever you want to call it, when you play with people's feelings, and those feelings start to mess with their mental, it can put you in the position that you might not want to be in. Because now, when the person's moving a certain kind of way, the question is what's wrong with him? Perfect example, right here on YouTube, right, or Instagram. Person, you come to a person's channel, or a person come to your channel, and you don't speak to them. They speak to you. You see them clearly speaking to you, but you already know, like, I'm not messing with them right now. Now they ask you to send a link. You're like, I'm not sending a link for what? I asked you to come out here to do this. I asked you to come through and support me, or I've been asking you to come through my channel, and then all of a sudden now I got Bo Mac up here, or I got this person, and now you want to run your ass over here. But all these other times I told you to come over here to the channel and kick it with me, you don't went everywhere else except for here. Because you see I have a certain guest up here. Now you want to run your raggedy ass over here. Huh? Or people wait till you get into a certain position and they go, yo, I heard you got this, I heard you got that. And it's like, yeah, all right, but all right, so what's up? See, people don't want to come around until it's time to come around. I'm gonna drop jewels on you. Okay, let me say that again for the people that it might have went over their head. People don't want to come around until it's time to come around. So when you make it, when D Free Sports Talks makes it, and the people have not came around, all of a sudden now, and D Free is not no damn dummy, so you can't just pull a fast one on him. He's too experienced. You're not gonna be able to come around him and just put your arm around him like you always been there for him. And the same goes for everybody else that's doing what they do. Let me tell you something. Just because people are following you on Instagram and they Facebook friends with you, and they come through your YouTube channel once or twice, don't make them your fucking friend. Mm. It's easy to follow somebody. A lot of times people follow you on social media. That don't mean a lot of times they support you. Some people do it to be nosy. How many of your followers actually how many of your followers actually follow you in real life? How many of your followers actually follow you in real life? How many of your Facebook friends are really your Facebook friends? It's just a simple question. Everybody don't have to answer at one time. Like I said the other day, the word of the day the other day was decisions. We gonna have to make some decisions that we don't want to make, but we benefit from those decisions. We will benefit from the decisions when we say certain people we just gotta let go, or we gotta watch them. Yeah, I'm alright with them. I'm cool with them. I'm not as cool with them as I used to be. Yeah, everybody don't want to come around until it's time to come around, which means when you make it, yeah, which means is when you make it, and then you look around and you go, where was all y'all for the last 3, 4, 5 years when I was doing this? Everybody got an excuse why they wasn't around. Because people will come around and feed you bullshit if you let them. And it's crazy. People will feed you bullshit. I'm not one of those type that you're going to feed me bullshit and think that after you feed me it, I'm full and I'm not going to ask for your support anymore, or because you fed me some bullshit. A lot of y'all are getting full out here with people feeling you bullshit. And if they know you're going to go for it and you're going to fall for it, they're going to keep feeding you bullshit. I'm just going to feed him some bullshit and he'll get full off it. Oh, I do it all the time. We got our families that do it. We got our so-called friends that do it. We got bosses at our jobs that do it. They feed us bullshit and they're going to keep feeding us bullshit. And we are so stupid. A lot of us go for the bullshit, steady saying, ho, 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 ho. You told me this the last time. You told me that the time. This is about your fourth or fifth time telling me this. How many times you going to keep feeding me this bullshit? we have to be responsible on how we get the message delivered to us. Because if we heard it all before on some Sunshine Anderson shit, if we heard it all before, then it's our job to correct that and go, something ain't right about that because you told me that the last time. Because this is what they do. This is why I always stress about protecting your space and protecting your peace. A lot of y'all don't believe in that. You let anybody invade your space, you let anybody invade your peace, and then you have a heart attack about it. You come on social media crashing out about it. See, what I'm doing this morning is not a crash out, it's a chop up. Some of y'all let people get the best of y'all where y'all just get up here and you completely lose it. You're caught, you're cursing everybody out and F this and F that and suck this and suck that and F everybody who no man, you don't it ain't even that it's not that serious. You gotta expect disappointments to come. You just don't really expect it to come from the people who you thought that were your people. But disappointments comes from everybody, friends, family members, co-workers, bosses. But to go on social media and to crash out about it, John, what's up? To crash out about it is not the answer. See, this is the reason why these morning chop ups are so important. It's a reality, it's a wake up call. It's to talk to the people. Nope. Yeah, it's a wake up call for people to go, you know what, McLean, you might have a point. Because these are some of the things that we don't think about in real life until when it actually happens. Because, like I said, everybody gets on here and just think that it's boxing, boxing, boxing. And I go, yeah, that's cool. But there's some things that has to be addressed. We can't be. No, we can't. There's some things that have to be addressed. For the simple fact is that once we blow up, once we lose our cool, then there's really no coming back from that. So how do you maintain all that without losing your cool and blowing up? Do you separate yourself from it? Or do you say, you know what? It's okay. I'm used to this. Shit happens. And when you say that, you're allowing you that means you're okay with it. Somebody does something and you don't see anything wrong with it and they constantly do it and you say, man, you know what, I'm used to this, then whatever happens to you is your fault. It's your fault. And you can't be mad with anybody because you allowed it to happen. When people use it. Yeah, yeah. Because you got people who do that, right? They go, "Oh, it's all right, man. I'm used to that." And I'm like, "Well, if you used to that, then you ain't got no reason to complain, then, brother. If you used to abuse, and I don't mean physical abuse, even mentally abuse, or somebody just treating you any kind of way, if you used to that, and you say, man, that's okay, then that's your fault. See, there's more than one way to abuse somebody out here. You don't always abuse somebody physically. You could abuse them mentally. Um, it happens. But if we keep allowing it, and we okay with it, then there's nothing we should be complaining about because we are allowing it to happen. When does it get to a point where you say, uh enough is enough? Enough's enough. And of course, there's some friendships in the world that you have to, there's going to be some friendships in the world that you're going to have those friendships you thought you had, but there's going to be some people that you're going to be like, yeah, you know what? I just, yeah, I can't do it no more. Oh, you know what? Me and you can still be cool, but we can never do this again. Because there's some people you don't have to totally cut off. It's just some people in your life you got to cut off from what it is that you're doing. There's some things that they can't be a part of. And you can still be cool with them if you want, if you choose to. But you just know when it comes to the support and you can never have them around because y'all don't fit that category. And you have showed me time and time again that you don't fit that category. So being that you don't fit that category, I can't bring you around again. At least not for that. And of course, they're gonna want you to explain, and it's like, I shouldn't have to explain, because I'm a type of person where you could ask me a simple question about something, and depends on who it's coming from. I'm gonna tell you straight up and down. I don't have to explain. I don't care if you asking me a question. I don't have to explain. That's just me. When you went majority of your life explaining things to people, especially as a child, when you get to be an adult, you done explained yourself so much. You got grown to a point where I ain't got to explain myself. This is how I feel. This is what it is. Yeah, but I'm asking, I don't care what you're asking me, bro. I don't have to explain to you. This is what it is. You know what I mean? I don't have to do that with people I know that's really for me and that support me because I'm gonna give them that same love back. But when you have to question somebody's friendship, when you have to question somebody's loyalty, um, that could be a bit of a problem. And it's funny though, right? Because when people see you, right, they'll swear up and down as if nothing's wrong. And sometimes you got to give them a cold shoulder. Sometimes you got to give them a cold shoulder, man. And it is what it is. Now the question becomes is what the hell is wrong with him? What's wrong with her? People are just funny like that, man. I'm telling you, humans are strange. And I hate to say it like that, like I'm not human, but humans are strange. The behavior is strange. And I never understand it. But now I do. Because, this is just some of the things that I think about. Um, as I get time to sit and relax in my mind, I think about stuff like this. You know what I mean? And it's just funny. But we have to start protecting how we feel. I don't know how many times I could stress this to y'all. We have to protect how we feel. We have to protect our space and our peace. Of course, everybody's not going to be there for you. Cool. You don't expect everybody, but you have certain relationships with certain people that you expect them. Now, the people you don't have a relationship like that, and it's like, all right, we ain't really got nothing, so I don't expect you to do anything for real. But maybe we'll work on building that. Certain people you have to work on building relationships with them. Some relationships are just natural, where you can know somebody only a month, but y'all so cool people would think y'all knew each other for years. There's some natural relationships, and then there's some that's you got to build up to get to that point. It's a lot of y'all on here. I had to build that, and probably for the last 3 to 4 years, I had been able to do that with y'all. And it's been a beautiful thing. But if there's ever a time, you're just not getting that back, it's your job to correct it. Your job to correct it. Because complaining about it won't fix it. Crashing out on people about it won't fix it. Talking down about people won't fix it. Protecting your space and your peace and not forgetting about the ones who are there for you, that's how you fix that. I got 641 subscribers. Thank you all. Thank you all. Rather if I know you or not. Some of you, the majority of y'all don't know. You just subscribe to the channel. And I appreciate that. Thank you. You know, I'm at 641. Help me get to 650. Appreciate y'all. And this is why I have these, like I said, I have these conversations all the time because I'll appreciate y'all, and I know y'all can relate to a lot of this of what I'm saying. Some people can't relate to it because they don't want to hear it. They just want to come and hear boxing all damn day. Well, sorry, not this morning, not at 8:52. Maybe if you come back this afternoon, I might have something for you. So, I made a promise to myself earlier this year that I was like, you know what, you're not gonna shake and fake with people. If people don't fuck with you, then remove yourself for them. Because people are smiling in your face and ask you all day how you doing and how's everything. As soon as you walk away, they got some shit to say. And I'm not one of those guys that's for that. Because if you're not gonna say it while I'm standing there, don't be a coward and wait till I walk away and say it. So, but these are the kind of people that we have in our life that they that's the type of timing that they on. But I promised myself I wouldn't allow it to happen, and there was some times I did allow it to happen, and I was mad at myself because I said that was your fault, bro, because you shouldn't have been shaking and faking with their ass, and you wasn't doing the shaking and faking. It really came from them. Why was you giving them a pound, or why was you even speaking? See, because when you're not speaking, then they're trying to figure out what's going on. It'll make it look like you just went through something or you having a bad day. You might not necessarily be going through nothing. It's just that when you stepping into that space and that place where people got this mask on, you got to carry yourself a certain way. Where you go, I know I'm about to get in the room with a bunch of phony motherfuckers, and I'm not about to be smiling in their face. Is this a problem? Big Tex, what's up? Good morning, fam. We're not about to do that. Smash that like button, y'all. Come on, let's get these likes up now. Let's get them all the way up. With family, you have stepped in rooms where even with family, you don't want to shake and fake with them, right? And we all can't pick and choose our family, but we can pick and choose who we want to talk to. And when it comes to our friends or so-called people that we call our friends, we can pick and choose with that because that's what I do. I pick and choose who I want in my life. Same way I pick and choose who I want on my channel. Same way I pick and choose who I give wrenches to. If I give wrenches, it's not just to give out wrenches. It's because it's people that I've dealt with. I've seen them in other chats, and for the last 3 or 4 years, we all have grown to know each other, even if we don't have each other's personal numbers. But on my channel, what I had to learn was, even as I was coming on to YouTube, the one thing I learned, and it took me a while, because if you look at it, I've had YouTube for 5 years, but I didn't get active for it until 2 years ago because I had this thing where um, I didn't want to deal with the nonsense that comes with YouTube, the trolls, y'all know what comes with it. But then, as I started doing it, and then I realized this year, you're gonna have to protect your space and your peace. And don't make this a channel like everybody else's channel where they just let anybody and everybody come up, and there's trolls walking in and they running all over the place, they disrespecting, and then you got somebody with a ranch, they disrespected somebody else with another ranch, and it's just pure fucking chaos. There's too much going on with somebody who walks into the channel who might want to check it out. Go, man, it's too much going on in here. Because a lot of times you don't have people there to support you. You really have people there to cause confusion. Just because they got a wrench, that don't make them perfect. A lot of people are there to cause confusion. Because when you have somebody with a wrench that can argue with the host, disrespect the host, or disrespect somebody else with another wrench, you got to look at it like, oh God, it's enough. It's one thing to worry about the trolls. But these people I gave wrenches to are people that I know and that they support me, and they're here causing pure chaos. You got to look at some of these people and you got to go, this is my fault. This is my fault. And people going to say, well, it's not your fault because you didn't know they were going to do it. It's my fault because it is my job to make sure my channel gets ran the way it's supposed to. And I'm supposed to protect my space. My space and my peace is my channel. And even in real life, I protect my space and my peace. Because in real life, I'm not gonna just deal with anybody and everybody who think they're just gonna come around, and I'm very picky about the kind of people I be around. Just because you look like me and you're the same complexion, that don't mean me and you're gonna get along. Keep that on your mind. So when you start looking at that, you have to take responsibility for what happens in your life, what happens in your channel. And at any point that people are taking your kindness for weakness, or they taking an advantage of a friendship that you thought you had with them, then it's your job to either remove them or remove yourself from the situation. Now, if you choose to stay, don't complain about it. Well, I'm pretty used to this with them. All right, so if you're used to this with them, shut up. We don't want to hear it. We don't need you going public to talk about it because it sounds like to me you're not protecting your space or your peace. Therefore, what are we talking about? It don't make any sense. Like I said, support doesn't cost anything unless it's something where I'm like, hey, can you help me do this? Just like when they say donate to the channel. When you're telling somebody to donate to the channels, people start speaking another language as if they don't understand what you're saying because they're thinking, hey, you're gonna take this money, you're probably gonna go on vacation and da 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 da. No, but I don't know. If there's some other channels doing that, they messed up. And yeah, there is a such thing as scam in this world, and there's a lot of scammers in this world. But you know when somebody's official and you know when somebody's a lame. And there's a lot of them on here in these YouTube streets. They are lames. But you know when somebody's official. Somebody says donate to the channel so they can get better equipment or they can get better this or get better that or whatever it is they trying to do. Y'all don't speak English then. I don't worry about it because it never stops me from putting up the Cash App. Man, don't you get tired of putting it up? Ain't nobody gonna hit the Cash App. Well, yeah, listen, somebody will. Just because you not, somebody will. And you're using the Cash App for your own personal financial reasons? Absolutely not. It goes to the channel. It goes to equipment. If I'm ever at an amateur show or if I'm ever at a press conference or weigh-in, which I'm getting ready to get back and I'm just waiting for New York to make something happen again. That's what that's for. I don't know about anybody else y'all donate to that don't do what they supposed to do with their money. If any of y'all are out there doing that, you need to stop it because you're making all of us look bad. If you got a financial problem, I suggest you go get a job. But over here on No Doug Zone, we don't rob people. We don't scam people. The world has no room for that, and there's enough scammers and robbers running around, not serving a purpose. Instead of getting their money the honest way, they want to take from other people. You have to protect, once again, you got to protect your space and peace, man. Don't cry and whine about people not supporting you. And some of it you allow to happen because what it is, what I mean by you allow it, because these same people, you'll keep trying to bring them back around you. You'll keep telling them about stuff, and the same thing will keep happening. So when do you tell yourself, oh, that's it? We're not doing that no more. We're not playing those games. I'm good. At some point, you got to tell yourself that I'm not going to play this game anymore because it's not fun and somebody's going to get hurt. Feelings get involved. It's that simple, ladies and gentlemen. It's that simple. Support those who support you. Now you can easily say, like I just said earlier, hey man, my mama didn't raise me like that, my grandparents didn't raise me like that. Even if somebody didn't support me, they told me to go support them anyway. Cool. Good luck in that department, and we'll see how long that works for you. But not over here with me. I'm not gonna be that today. I'm not gonna be it tomorrow. I'm not gonna be it next week. I'm not gonna be it 20 years from now. I'm just not gonna be. Why should I be? Why should I do you any favors because of how I was raised or what kind of household I was raised in or I went to church, so I was told to do this, do that. Man, that sound all good when you're young, but as you get older, you ain't trying to hear none of that. You ain't trying to hear none of that, bruh. What the hell you look like doing something and people don't hit you with the support, but when they got something going, you supposed to go out of your way to run up there to see what they got going on? Uh-uh. That's not me. It's not me. It's not happening. It would never happen. You know how people put their hand on the Bible and what's that? You have to how do you say it when you put your hand on the Bible, or when the president puts his hand on it? I put my hand on No Doug Zone and I stand by it. You got people who put their hand on the Bible, or the president, he puts his hand on whatever that shit is, he puts his hand on. I don't know if it's the Bible too, no disrespect. I put my hand on No Doug Zone and I stand by it. There's certain things I stand by, there's certain rules. No Doug Zone has his own rules. Certain rules I stand by and I live by and I'm gonna die by. And that's not going to change. Call it petty, tell me that's not the way to live, tell me that maybe I need to pray more. Oh, I do that. Praying has nothing to do with it because I do that every morning and every night. Believe it or not, every night. There's not one night I go to bed and don't do it. So that has nothing to do with it. I'm just a guy where there's certain things you're just not gonna get out of me. And if you're not trying, I'm sure it's not gonna try. And I'm not, I'm not a person where you can say, man, you're hurting, man, you're hurting, something's bothering you, brother, you need to, pray on it, or do this or do that and the third. No, man, I'm Gucci. It's just certain things that need to be addressed. Well, for the people who are not supporting or support when they feel like it, this message is for you guys, that we are not going to stop doing what we do because either you guys are going to feel like supporting when you want to, or you just don't feel like supporting at all. Whatever the case may be, we're going to continue to do what we do with or without you. Just know that when it's your turn, don't expect to see us. Don't expect to see us. And most importantly, don't expect to see no Doug Zone. Call me petty. You call me what you want to call me. I care less. Don't expect to see me there. So, rather if you guys think that's the appropriate attitude to have or not, I didn't ask for anybody's opinion. So it doesn't matter if it's the right attitude to y'all or not. It is what it is. And maybe there's some, I can't say down the line my feelings are changed. It's just something that, when you had it happen to you so many times, you have a lot to sit and think about, and you go, you know what? I've had a lot to sit and think about. I don't think it's gonna change, and it is what it is. And like I said, we all can relate to it at some point. But if you're somebody coming in here listening today, some of you might skip past this video because this might not be the video for you. But just don't listen to the words. Think about the situations you've been in. Think about the times where you have went out your way to do that for somebody and you haven't got the same thing in return. And for you people that have people supporting you that's not giving that support back, maybe y'all need to think about it. Because we don't need your fake support. Fake support is you acting like you're going to do something or be there for somebody, knowing that you're not. I know a lot of times I know I'm not going to be there. So it's just like, hey, look, sometimes it might be because who you have around. I would love to come to your party, but you got this person around. I can't do that. But hey, if I could donate or support or post it up, on social media, I do it. That's the best I can do. The fake support, we can't have that. I almost forgot what I said the word of the day was. I changed the word of the day twice. I changed it twice. It doesn't even matter. It's not support because I used support before as a word of the day. So it's not that. We're not going to use that word. I forgot what the hell I used. I don't want to use what I used the first time. So it is what it is. But that's for the morning chop up, y'all. Um, Today I'll be out doing a couple things. I don't know if I'll be able to go live for y'all to see because I know there'll be a lot of music and stuff around. But I got something special I'm doing today. Um, I'm not big on block parties, but this block party that I'm doing today is it's gonna be kind of lit. It's gonna be kind of lit. And I told you I don't really do block parties, but I know this one will be okay. This one will be okay. So I'm gonna go and try to get some footage. Um, you'll probably see me go live on Instagram. I don't think it'll be where I could put it up on YouTube. It'll probably be the gram. This thing I'm doing is between 1 to 7 p.m. So shoot over to Instagram. If anybody wants to follow me on Instagram, it's Clarence McLean. Excuse me. It's No Duck Zone. Same thing on here. No Duck Zone on Instagram. Clarence McLean on Facebook. Um, and I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all. I didn't mean to come in this morning as I was trying to be like a party pooper. And it's Saturday. Why is he so negative on a Saturday? If you saying that, it's because some of you idiots can't relate. Because when somebody's trying to make a point, you idiots will ask a stupid question of why are they so upset. No, if you shut up and listen, you'll know what the person's talking about. And if you've been through it before, then you'll be able to relate. But some of you idiots, you can't. That's why you ask stupid questions of why are you so mad and why are you not showing your face and how old are you and where are you from? And y'all just say that. And it be you trolls, you idiots. And that's why I have the pleasure of blocking some of y'all, but it is what it is. Um, Everybody have a safe Saturday, man. Be blessed. Go do this video over, listen to it, try to understand what it is that I'm saying. And if you don't understand what I'm saying when you go back to this video, that's cool, man. You know what I'm saying? Some people catch on fast, some people catch on slow, some people don't catch on. Some people just got water in their head and that's it. No brain. It's all good. I love y'all. Be blessed. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Y'all know what it is. It's the No Duck Zone podcast. Let's go.